Do-hyuk stood against Yuri, a mountain of muscle and fury. Yuri's strength was legendary, known far and wide for his unmatched power and relentless spirit. The air was thick with tension as the two warriors faced each other, each knowing that this battle would be won for the ages.
I can't win a straight fight. His power is overwhelming and his rage is like a storm. But I have to find a way. I must outthink him, outmaneuver him.
Instead, he would use his cunning and his unique abilities to outmaneuver his opponent. Do-hyuk's mind raced, considering every possible move, every potential counter. He knew that brute strength alone wouldn't be enough to win this battle. His gaze flicked to his stat screen. Stamina was key. He had trained for this moment, honing his endurance and agility to perfection. Every stat, every number on that screen represented countless hours of preparation. He had to make every move count. Each step, each breath had to be calculated. There was no room for error. His strategy had to be flawless, his execution perfect.
Rah! This is the end for you, Do-hyuk.
Yuri roared, his voice echoing like thunder across the battlefield. His eyes burned with a fierce determination, a desire to crush his opponent. Charging forward with his axe held high, he was a force of nature, unstoppable and unyielding. The ground trembled with each step, the very earth seeming to quake under the weight of his fury. It was as if the world itself was reacting to the impending clash. Do-hyuk stood his ground, his heart pounding with anticipation. He could feel the adrenaline coursing through his veins, sharpening his senses, heightening his awareness. He wouldn't give an inch. This was his fight. This was his moment. He had to believe in his own strength, his own abilities. The clash of wills was about to begin, and only one would emerge victorious. The axe whistled through the air, aimed at Do-hyuk's head. The sound was sharp, slicing through the tension of the battlefield. Each swing carried the weight of Yuri's desperation, a testament to the intensity of their duel. He ducked low, narrowly avoiding the blow. The ground beneath him felt unstable, but his instincts were sharp. Every muscle in his body screamed for him to keep moving, to stay one step ahead. The force of the swing was enough to knock him off his feet, but he quickly rolled away. Dirt and debris clung to his clothes, but he paid no mind. His focus was solely on survival, on outmaneuvering his opponent. He needed to create distance. The space between them was his only ally, a buffer against the relentless onslaught. Each step back was calculated, a strategic retreat to regain his footing.
Gotta keep moving. His breath came in ragged gasps, but his resolve was unshaken. The mantra repeated in his mind, a rhythm to his movements.
Do-hyuk darted between blows, his movements precise and calculated. Each dodge was a dance, a choreography of survival. His eyes never left Yuri, reading every twitch, every shift in weight. He couldn't afford to waste any energy. Every action was measured, every breath controlled. The battle was a test of endurance, a game of attrition. Yuri was tiring, his movements becoming slower, more predictable. This was his chance. Do-hyuk's mind raced, calculating the perfect moment to strike. The tides were turning, and he knew he had to seize the opportunity before it slipped away. Do-hyuk's hand darted to his pouch, his fingers closing around a handful of coins. He tossed them into the air, activating his skill. His stamina bar refilled, the exhaustion fading away. This was his edge, his secret weapon.
What the?
Yuri stared, momentarily stunned by Do-hyuk's sudden burst of energy. He had underestimated his opponent. He had thought him weak, but Do-hyuk was just getting started. The 17 men watched in stunned silence. They had come to witness a slaughter. Instead, they were seeing a display of strength and skill they had never thought possible. Do-hyuk was a force of nature.
Who is this man?
How could he possibly stand against Yuri?
They had heard rumors, whispers of a man who had survived the impossible. Now they were seeing him in action. Yuri fell, defeated. Do-hyuk stood over him, breathing heavily. He had won, but the fight was far from over. 17 pairs of eyes watched his every move. 17 men, ready to avenge their fallen comrade.
I've faced death before. I will not back down. I will fight until I can fight no more.
Do-hyuk met their gaze, his own unwavering. He was ready for them. A tense silence hung in the air. The 17 men hesitated, their confidence shaken. They had seen what Do-hyuk could do. They knew the risk, yet the thirst for vengeance burned strong.
I will not be the first to strike, but I will not hesitate to defend myself.
Do-hyuk stood tall, his gaze sweeping over them. He was ready to face whatever they threw at him. The air crackled with anticipation, a palpable tension that seemed to electrify the very atmosphere. Every breath taken was heavy with the weight of what was to come. The 17 men, despite their numbers, saw not a man standing before them, but a monster. Their hearts pounded in their chests, fear gripping them as they realized the true nature of their opponent. They had underestimated him, mistaking his resilience for weakness. They thought they could break him, but they were gravely mistaken. His eyes burned with an unyielding fire, a testament to his indomitable spirit. Now they were paying the price for their arrogance. Each fallen comrade was a stark reminder of their miscalculation, a brutal lesson in the cost of underestimating true strength.
He is unbreakable. His resolve is like steel, forged in the fires of countless battles.
Do-hyuk, the Unbreakable, stood his ground. His stance was firm, his gaze unwavering. He was a pillar of strength amidst the chaos. He was ready for the next challenge, no matter how daunting it seemed. His preparation was meticulous, his mind sharp and focused. His unwavering spirit was a beacon, a testament to the strength that resided within him. It shone brightly, illuminating the path for those who dared to follow. He was more than a survivor. He was a symbol of hope, a living proof that true strength comes from within. He was a force to be reckoned with. His every move was calculated, his every action deliberate. In the face of adversity, he stood tall, unyielding, and unbreakable.